Hello people. On this video I just want to address a couple of things that Dale Dameron has been claiming and everything about me. He's supposed to be talking in all these chat rooms to all these women and everything, and about the woman in PA. Well, the funny thing is when you're in a chat room you talk to a lot of people and everything. Yes, I did talk to a woman in PA. Yes, I talked to her for like 3 years. I knew everything about her. She knew everything about me. She knew I was married. Shit, Lisa already knew I was talking to her. So, at the time, we were just friends. And then, one way or, after a couple of years, after talking and everything, we ended up, having feelings for each other. I mean, that's just human nature, I guess. But then, Lisa left, and that woman was still married. So, what could I do? But, we were both married. She had 3 kids. I had 3 kids. We talked. I mean, we would talk all night long. Just talk. I could hear everything, knew everything about her. She made sure that on the nights that her husband was at work, she'd call me. When, Lisa wasn't there for me to talk to, she was there. She was always there, and she was there telling me exactly what Lisa was planning on doing to me. I didn't want to believe her. I didn't want to believe that, Lisa would do that to me. But here she was, making all these plans with Dale and everything. And then turn around and just leave. Okay, well, one thing was funny though, is I never did cheat on Lisa. I never did. I might have talked to that woman, but I never went to do anything with her. But throughout the years and stuff, I really got involved with talking to her, that's for sure. I mean, we talked about getting together maybe one day, or see how things would go, stuff like that. But never got physical or anything. But I have to tell you, just if anybody knows anything about talking to people for a long time, especially on the internet or whatever, you can have strong feelings for people, and I did. And no matter what Dale says about me, Heidi, she will always be the one that I fell in love with. I won't deny it. I fell in love with her. I haven't talked to her in like over 17 years. But Dale says I'm such a badass and everything. Well, I was like Superman, shit. Heidi's my kryptonite. I mean, I was head over heels for that girl. I don't know how else to put it, but I was. We just drifted apart. I don't know exactly why, but we don't talk anymore. And as far as, Dale going around saying, all this other crap about people up there, and, he thinks people are scared of him up there, but no, I don't think you people should be scared of this guy. I mean, if I was to show up in Maine right now, he'd have a conniption fit. He'd be at the law's door knocking and wanting to be put behind bars just so he would feel safe. He's an idiot. I mean, look, if he had a cross on his head, shit. It's not Marilyn Manson, but Charlie Manson, that's for sure. Only difference between Charles Manson and him, Charles Manson had a cult. Him, he don't have people wanting to live with him and worship him and stuff. But give it time, and he probably would invite people to come stay at his place or whatever. And I can guarantee you, some of his children will probably end up running away again. He thinks that, his family's so great. But like I said 100 million times, if it was so great, then Stephanie wouldn't have left. She wouldn't. Ain't no way in the world that child should have left. I mean, if Star and all the rest of them say, oh, it's fine there, well then, why not? Why didn't Stephanie stay? This guy acts like, he can't be around, girls or whatever, underage, alone because he gets paranoid. That's signs of a pedophile. You can't be around a kid while you're alone. I mean, damn. What the hell? And Lisa, if you are going to see this video, I'm sorry, but yeah, I fell in love with Heidi. I did. I fell in love with her, but I was staying right where I was. She was not about to leave her husband. She wouldn't. Why did I fall in love with Heidi? I mean, she was there for me. She would talk to me. She would just confess to me about all kinds of shit. She was telling me what you were doing. If you really loved me, that you wouldn't have been out here doing all this shit. We got tight like that. Didn't take too long to understand. But I'm not a woman beater. And I'm not a child beater. You keep saying, leave your daughter's name out of my mouth. Why? I can say Stephanie 100 million times. Still ain't gonna bring her back. I don't know what the fuck you two did, but you done something to run that girl off. You should have thought about what you two were doing, where you lived, what was going on at the home, instead of just ignoring the signs. If your neighbors, caught her and she's trying to run away, 3 or 4 times already, then you should have been watching, but you didn't. And you got Dell just sitting up there, just acting like, trying to direct traffic or something. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. But he definitely ain't doing what he needs to be doing. But, that was your choice. That's the man you wanted. That's the man you got. Now, whenever Stephanie is found and she comes home, if she's alive, which I hope she is, but if she's not, and they find out something else, either way, y'all two are in the guilty seat. And they will end up removing the rest of the children from the home, if not locking you two up. Then what? Was it worth it? Was it worth doing everything that this guy told you to do? Live with him in that place? Was it all worth it? My mom and dad, they passed away and never even got to see their grandkids. I'm an only child. I don't have brothers or sisters. They didn't have no other grandchildren. And you screwed all that up. You're like a plague. You just keep going and going and going. It's some reason, just bad things follow you around all the time. It don't matter. You're a bad luck charm. I mean, it's just, if you keep on letting this dude just do this to you and them kids, hey, you deserve it then. If you're that stupid. Me, he's like, oh, well, you're just living in Beverly's house and everything. Well, it's mine too. And yeah, might be living here and I might be sleeping in a king size bed and everything nice and warm through the, winter and nice and cool in the summer and stuff because I had to do what I had to do. There was nothing wrong with me moving to Fairmont. You were supposed to bring me my kids, you didn't do it. Then when you didn't do it, you knew you was in trouble and you knew you had to get the hell out of Dodge. And that's exactly what you did. You took my kids, ran out of state, threw one of my kids out on the street, didn't listen to her whenever she tried to tell you that guy fucked with her. But ain't that what happened to you and your mom? Right? When you said your stepdad used to rape you or whatever? Try to tell your mom and she wouldn't listen? Gee, apple don't fall far from the tree, does it? I'm not trying to be cocky or anything. I'm just telling the truth, the facts, and that's what it is. I wasn't fucking with a bunch of women. I was talking to one woman only. Just one. And she was the only one that I ever really would have been serious about. Had she clicked her fingers, yeah, I probably would have ran. If she said she was leaving her husband to be with me, we would probably be together. I ain't gonna lie about it. I have no reason to lie to anybody. I'm doing everything that I can to go on through my life. After all tragedy and shit that's gone through, you and Dell are just pathetic, and I don't understand how people don't do something about this up there. The last thing I want to do is have to go to Maine. It's just a shame. It's a teetotal shame that this whole incident happened. Had you been doing what you were doing, I would have never known you was in Maine. I'd never known anything about what was going on. But y'all fucked up. I knew you all would fuck up sooner or later and you would show up somehow. And you did. I just didn't know it was to this point that, your daughter would be missing. I thought it would be something for drugs or some shit like that, or he beat you, or you beat him, or something like that. I did not know that it would be because you got a daughter missing. But dang, I got a bee in there. I'm out here in my building, just chilling out and everything. It's where I hang out because, I got like model cars and shit. All that crap. But, yeah, that's the whole story about that woman in PA. I mean, some men, have demons. She's my demon. She was my kryptonite. She was the one woman that could just snap her fingers, man. We've all had them. But I just thought I'd explain that in the situation before, Dale and Lisa would be saying any other remarks, because I know they do. Oh, and by the way, Lisa tried to say that I put my mom in a nursing home. No, I didn't. No. My mom got put in the hospital because she had pneumonia and she was going into rehab. So she was put in a nursing home for that. And it was the doctors that suggested that she be permanent resident because she was not responding well. That's what happened, Lisa. I'm not a bad guy. I'm sorry, but I'm not. I mean, I've not got any like my kids to go on video and put you down for anything like that. I wouldn't do that. But y'all have no problem with it.